One of the key strategies I've used to grow my business in 2024 has been to use LinkedIn events for masterclasses. And it's helped me to attract new clients, new leads, build relationships, and so much more. Like literally has resulted in over 100 grand in business by showing up and doing live events. Not lives like I'm doing here right now. This is a regular LinkedIn live. I'm talking about lives that are actual masterclasses. So I'm going to walk you through step by step how to set them up and use them and a few reasons as to why. So first off on LinkedIn, let me share my screen. Share. Let's see, where's my LinkedIn gone? Of course, it's disappeared. It has a Friday feeling. LinkedIn, where are you? Maybe I closed it all together. Okay, let's set up LinkedIn. Should probably have had this prepared beforehand, but there you go. This is the joys of coming live and doing things live. Right. So here we are. We're in LinkedIn. Hopefully you can see this. Let me know in the comments if you can see this. And also let me know actually, have you used LinkedIn and Zoom and another third-party platform? Because you're going to need one to actually set up your LinkedIn lives. Have you done that before? Let me know. And if not, then today is going to be really valuable for you. Okay, so here's how it works. First off, the very first thing you need to do is create an event. So you can create it here. So I literally just clicked start a post, and the post is create an event. So usually when you go to upload a cover image, what I do is I create those cover images in Canva. I create them in presentation mode. Presentation mode is literally 16:9. And rather than download it in PowerPoint or PPT or in PDF, I download it as a JPEG or a PNG file. And that's the image that I upload here. And then the event type, is it online or in person? So you're going to select online if you're going to run a Zoom masterclass or do it on Teams or something like that. The event format. Now, this is where most people get stuck or confused. So there's two ways that you can do this. Usually I use an external event link. For this, how I'm showing up and talking to you right now here on LinkedIn, I'm using a LinkedIn Live. So I have selected LinkedIn Live so that I can show up and literally be live in here with you right now. But actually for a masterclass, you're going to use an external event link. Now, there's a couple of things to do with this that's important for you to note. First off, I'm creating this here first and foremost on my personal page, but I also have a company page. And you can set up an event on both your personal page and your company page and invite people from both to attend. And so there's a couple of advantages to doing it on your company page over doing it on your personal page. And I'll explain what those are, which ultimately what it comes down to is on the company page, when you go to set it up in your company page, there are forms that you can click or options that you can click so that people don't have to enter their detail. LinkedIn will pre-populate it for them. It also adds a privacy policy, and what it means or what it results in for you is that LinkedIn will automatically email people to tell them that this event is going live. So it's less work for you. Now, I would still email them anyway from my own email rather than it come from LinkedIn. And another thing that I would do is, another thing that it does when you do it from the company page is you can actually export all of the people who registered on LinkedIn and get all of their information on a CSV file. Now, I'm going to add a caveat here. You want to be really careful in terms of marketing and opting in from a GDPR perspective. If you are going to do that, you need to make sure the privacy policy and the options that you select are compliant with GDPR, or else you're going to be spamming people. The other thing is, if you have a ton of people who've registered in that way and you upload them to your email marketing system, it might not like that because the people haven't literally come through the system and clicked a form where they've opted in. And so what can happen actually is your emails can get blacklisted or it can stop them going out. True story. Okay, so event format, external event link. Now, why this is important is you can send people to opt in via personal page. personal landing page, which is what I prefer to do. So usually for my masterclasses, I'll have created a landing page on my website. So it might be www.deirdremartin.ie/masterclass, right? And then what happens is when people go to that page, there they enter their information. Now, for me, that's a win for me because I'm capturing somebody's email address and they're going to get notified about the event. I'll send them the Zoom link via the event. I usually create workbooks for my events, so they'll get a workbook in advance of the event. And then afterwards, because they've opted in, I don't feel like I'm being really spammy if I'm sending them a replay or I'm inviting them to consider purchasing one of my offers. So in doing that, in creating the external landing page, what ends up happening is you're driving traffic to your website. So it's taking people maybe for the first time away from your LinkedIn page and bringing them over onto your website. And that's really what you want to do because when you capture people's email addresses, you're actually building an audience on your own land as opposed to on rented land, right? So LinkedIn being the landlord, if LinkedIn decide to pull the rug out from under you, you're kind of fucked. Whereas if you've gotten all of those people over onto your email list, if they're remotely interested in what you're doing, be it a masterclass or anything else, it's great because you have autonomy over how often you communicate to them, how often you show up in their inboxes. And guess what? Email marketing still has the highest return on investment of all types of marketing. After email marketing, number 2 is paid advertisement, and number 3 is organic social media. So definitely getting people onto your email list is a win. And for me, using masterclasses as a way to do that has been invaluable. And my goal when I create a masterclass is to show up. I don't start off and talk about myself for freaking ages when people come on. I show up and immediately my goal is to get them thinking differently or giving them value or change them, give them information that they wouldn't have heard before, that sort of stuff. So with the external event link, as I say, that's the www.deirdremartin.ie/masterclass thing. That's what I'm talking about there. And what happens in here, the event name needs to be pretty short, less than 75 characters, so that it complies with LinkedIn standards. You need to select the time zone. You put in your start and your end time if you wish. You can take off the end time if you want. And then you put in the external event link, right? So the external event link, that's what I was talking about. You can put in the description then as well, up to 5,000 characters. And if you were the main speaker, search for yourself by name and add yourself as the main speaker. Okay, that's what you do. Once you've done that, it will literally create the event for you, and that's it. It's done. And then you can invite people to attend the event. Simple as that, right? It's really that easy. Now, just to show you the difference on a company page, if I go to create an event, same thing, same cover image, same size, event format is the same, event name is the same, all of these things are the same. But see this, use a LinkedIn registration form. That's exactly what I was talking about. And you have to put in your company's privacy policy here because you have access to people's names and emails from LinkedIn. And that's why you need to insert that there. So once the event is set up, then what you can do is you can invite people to attend it. And in doing that, you can invite 1,000 people on your personal page and you can invite 1,000 people on your company page. So altogether, that's 2,000 people you can invite. Now, you'll know because you probably get invitations to attend events all of the time. Let me see, do I have any catch up? No, I don't spot any there. But sometimes what happens is you'll see it, somebody has invited you to an event, you get a notification about it. And when you get invited to that event, you can accept it or you can reject it or whatever you want to do. Now, the advantage of this is that when people accept it, even if they don't register, usually what I will do is send them a DM to say, hey, you accepted my invitation to attend this event, but actually you haven't registered properly on the official page. So to make sure you don't miss out, head over here and make sure that you register. And it's as easy as that. A lot of people do. Now, what I've found with this is, so that's the setup. But on the day, how it works then is people are live on Zoom. So I don't use a third-party streaming software to stream it back into LinkedIn. I set up the event on LinkedIn to take people off of LinkedIn. And that's worked really effectively for me. What I have found is that not everybody knows that they need to click that external link and register. And that's why I send those DMs. And then usually what happens is for show up rates for masterclasses, they used to be like, you might get between 30 and 50% of people would show up based on the people who've actually registered. And I don't mean accept your invitation, I mean registered for your event. So what I like to do is send several messages if people haven't registered. I'll cross-check who's accepted an invite and who hasn't actually, or as much as is possible, cross-check who has accepted an invite and then not actually registered over here. And then I'll send a message to everybody else. But genuinely, it's as simple as that. And then on the day, you simply show up live on Zoom, you give incredible freaking value, and you're away in a hack. Now, this is a strategy that I teach within Business Accelerator, and it's one that I've shared with clients in Millionize as well. But the idea is that LinkedIn is a fantastic way for you to drive traffic to other places, particularly your email list. My focus for 2025 is to grow my email list. My email list has served me incredibly well in 2024. And I suppose the message here for you is, in terms of growing your business and how you can do that, you can very simply set up a LinkedIn event. The only resources you need to do that are LinkedIn and Zoom or Teams or Google Meets or whatever tool you want to use. But I would encourage you to use a landing page as well as an opt-in so that you're driving traffic to your website and capturing people's information over there. So I hope that makes sense. If you've got any questions, you're welcome to send me a DM afterwards. And that's it. It's my final LinkedIn Live for this year. I'm not going to do another one before the end of the year. Maybe I will. I'll see. I might have had enough for the family, I mean, over Christmas. It's my birthday tomorrow, so heading off and doing something nice. But, oh, there goes my light. Otherwise, I will be back in the new year. The first week in January, all the programs start back up again. So 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th will be the next LinkedIn Live. I'd love to hear what you'd like to see covered in 2025. Oh, and I have a question I wanted to ask you as well, which is I'm thinking of running a masterclass or a challenge towards the end of January. And here are the options. I'm going to put a poll out on this as well, but send me a DM or comment in the thread here. I'm thinking about doing either a 9-day workshop challenge. So that would be an hour a day over 9 days. There'd be replays available. So like tons of value in there. Or a 5-day challenge, the same principle and concept. Or a 3-day challenge, or stick with the 90-minute ones I have been doing. So tell me, what's your preference? Just comment the number, 9 days, 5 days, 3 days, or 90 minutes. Tell me which is your preference. And it will be about how to, in theory, I don't have a name for it yet, but it will be about how to find and win clients on LinkedIn in 2025, something like that. And yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. It'll probably be the end of January, either, I think is it the week of the 27th or the week before that? 6, 13, 20. Yeah, the week, the 20th or the 27th. That's what I'm thinking. So there you go. Brain dump out. This doesn't happen when I record podcasts, or I used to, because the whole thing was scripted. But as you can see, I'm talking totally off the cuff and hopefully not too much waffle. But yes, I'd love your input. Does that topic sound like it will be of interest to you as well? Let me know. And in the meantime, if there are any resources or tools or anything that you'd like from me for 2025, I'd love to hear what they are, because my brain on Monday is going to be spent planning all of the things I'm going to do and create in 2025. And I'm super excited for it. So I'd love to hear in the comments or in the DMs for you, what's one thing that could make your life easier on LinkedIn in 2025? What's one thing that could help your business grow and expand beyond LinkedIn in 2025? Tell me all of the things. It's not a sales pitch. I'm not going to try and sell you anything. I just want to know what resources and tools that I should focus on creating that are really valuable and will help people go from being stuck or struggling with a particular thing to accelerating their success. That's the goal. Okay, I'll let you go. And if I don't see you before next year, have a very wonderful Christmas and a happy new year. And